They thought it was over, that you were gone for good. They celebrated your downfall, whispered behind closed doors about your failures, and left you behind as if you were nothing but a forgotten shadow. But what they failed to understand is that the darkness they cast you into wasn't your end. It was your beginning. They underestimated the power of silence. They mistook your stillness for surrender, your absence for weakness. But in the quiet, you weren't broken. You were rebuilding. You weren't hiding. You were evolving. The beast doesn't disappear in defeat. It bides its time, growing stronger, sharper, more focused than ever. You never saw it coming, did you? The silence that follows chaos, the void that lingers after betrayal. They thought you were gone, erased from existence, a shadow of your former self. They mocked your fall, celebrated your defeat, and turned their backs as if you were nothing. But here's the thing about the dark. It's where beasts are born. They think they've won. They think their words, their actions, their betrayal would break you for good. But they don't realize one truth. A beast doesn't die in the dark. It waits. It grows. And when it returns, it's not to plead for acceptance. It's to remind the world that silence is a warning. A storm is coming, and it will leave nothing untouched. Remember the day they turned on you? The sneers, the whispers behind your back, the deliberate attempts to exclude you, to erase your presence as if you were invisible. Those moments carved scars into your soul. They laughed at your vulnerability, exploited your trust, and left you bleeding in the metaphorical dirt. Alone. But being alone isn't what they think it is. They equate solitude with weakness, isolation with insignificance. What they don't understand is that solitude sharpens the edges of the soul. It's in the silence that you rediscover who you are. And as you lay there, broken, shattered, humiliated, a question burned in your mind. What now? There's a peculiar beauty in hitting rock bottom. You can't fall any further, so the only direction left is up. But this isn't about redemption or proving them wrong. This is about survival, about becoming something they fear. You stopped caring about their approval. You stopped craving validation. The fire inside you started to burn hotter, brighter, consuming every ounce of self-doubt they planted within you. Every sleepless night, every tear shed, every moment of agony became fuel. You didn't just rebuild yourself, you reconstructed every fiber of your being. This wasn't a return to who you were before. This was evolution. They forced you to adapt, to grow beyond your limits, to embrace the beast within. And now, you're not the same person who fell. You're something far more dangerous. The nights you spent crying yourself to sleep, they're gone. The days you doubted your worth, they're buried. And in their place stands someone who doesn't just survive, but thrives. Someone who has nothing left to lose, and that's the most dangerous kind of person there is. Because when you have nothing left to lose, you're free, and freedom is a beast they can't cage. They will hear you before they see you. The sound of your steps, deliberate and unyielding. The whispers will spread like wildfire. They're back. And with every step, the weight of your presence will suffocate them. They'll see it in your eyes. The fire, the resolve, the power they tried so desperately to extinguish. When you finally face them, there will be no need for words. Your silence will scream louder than any declaration. Your existence will be the answer to every insult, every betrayal, every attempt to diminish you. They wanted you gone, but now they'll wish they had never provoked you. Because the beast doesn't seek revenge, it demands respect. And respect isn't given, it's taken. This isn't about vengeance, it's about balance. They tipped the scales, and now you're here to set things right. The beast doesn't destroy for the sake of destruction. It's precise, calculated, and relentless. You're not here to shout, to argue, or to beg for understanding. You're here to act, to show them that actions speak louder than words. They'll watch as you rise, achieving things they never thought possible. They'll choke on their own words as you surpass every limit they tried to impose on you. And through it all, you'll remain silent, unbothered, focused. Because their opinions no longer matter. Their approval is irrelevant. They lost the right to influence your life the moment they betrayed you. Do you know what terrifies people the most? Silence. It's in the absence of noise that their minds race, their insecurities surface, and their guilt consumes them. Your silence will be a mirror, reflecting their actions, their choices, their betrayal. They'll project their fears onto you, convincing themselves that you're plotting something sinister. But the truth is simpler than that. You don't need to plot. Your existence is enough. Every success, every triumph, every step forward will be a reminder of what they tried to destroy and failed. They'll watch from the sidelines, paralyzed by their own insignificance, as you carve a path through life that they can only dream of following. And when they finally muster the courage to confront you, to seek forgiveness, you'll look at them with the same silence that has haunted them since your return. You didn't ask to become the beast. They forced it upon you. But now that you are, there's no going back. The world isn't kind to those who play by its rules. It's brutal, unforgiving, and relentless. And so are you. They taught you that kindness is a weakness to exploit, that trust is a tool for manipulation, and that love is a weapon to wield against the vulnerable. You've learned your lessons well, but you've also learned something they never expected: how to rise above their games, how to outlast their schemes, and how to silence their noise. The beast doesn't play by their rules. It creates its own. And in doing so, it redefines what's possible. You didn't just come back, you returned as an unstoppable force. They thought they'd left you in ruins, but what they didn't realize is that ruins can be rebuilt, stronger, more formidable than before. This wasn't just a return, it was a reckoning. And here's the truth they can't ignore. You don't need to shout to make your presence felt. The silence you carry now is deafening. It's the silence that holds the weight of every lesson learned, every scar earned, every betrayal survived. It's the kind of silence that doesn't beg for acknowledgement, it demands it. When you move, the world watches. When you act, the world trembles. And when you speak, if you ever choose to, your words will carry the weight of 1,000 storms. They'll see the beast you've become, and they won't just fear it, they'll respect it. Because this isn't about revenge, it's about rewriting the narrative. You've turned every ounce of pain into a legacy that will outlast their whispers and their doubts. They tried to bury you, but they forgot that seeds grow in the dark. And now, you're not just rising, you're towering over everything they thought could contain you. This is your legacy, unshakable, undeniable, unstoppable. The beast's return isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you were always enough. That their betrayal, their mockery, their attempts to erase you were never a reflection of your worth, but of their own insecurities. They tried to silence you, but in doing so, they unleashed something far more powerful. A force that can't be contained, a presence that can't be ignored, a beast that will silence them all. Your silence isn't empty. It's full of resolve, brimming with a strength they can't comprehend. They hear it in the spaces between your actions, in the confidence of your movements, and in the unwavering fire in your eyes. This silence is your anthem, a melody of defiance, resilience, and triumph. It speaks the words you don't need to utter. I am here. I am unstoppable. So, walk forward with your head held high. Let them watch, let them wonder, let them fear. The beast doesn't need their validation. It thrives in their doubt. And when the dust settles, only one truth will remain. You were never defeated. You were only waiting. You are the storm they never prepared for, the reckoning they thought would never come. And now, as they stand frozen in the shadow of your return, they will understand the price of underestimating the one who rises from the ashes. The silence they mocked has become the roar that will echo in their minds forever. That's all. I'm out. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Until next time.